So performance support, well, I would say more than anything is if they've got training or initial training on any type of topic, soft skills, system training, there needs to be follow-up, there needs to be reinforcement. Now, my worry is that when that reinforcement comes just in time or the moment of need, there's nothing there for them to look at. They might look at an old textbook, or they might look at something, their notes from the training, but they need something that's there for them that in context, relates to their role, that's quick and easy, and they can go straight to what they need. So an example I can bring to life is if you went to a negotiation training, then you go back to your desk, you might not be negotiating for like another month or something like that. So when that time comes when you need to negotiate, you've already forgotten what you learned from the training session. You know, I know there's a stat and the Ebbinghaus learning curve of how much people forget after a certain amount of time, and there's so much of a gap between the actual training and the reality of when you actually need to use it. I would say performance support is more about when that person actually needs that information, it's there at the point of need so they can access it. So it's all about where they can get it from. Now you can do that, I'd say, from a really lo-fi situation. You can do it from job aids, kind of video bite-sized clips where someone can download, they can maybe watch some negotiation done on the train home, or you can make it very advanced. And some work I've been doing recently has been looking at electronic performance support systems, which essentially allow users to be in the moment, be in workflow, and be doing whatever they're doing. So in my situation, it's system training. So they need to learn how to use a new system. And if they don't know where to go to, or they don't know what's coming next, rather than asking someone to put in their hand up and saying, excuse me, how do I get there? Or going to a training session, which might be another 5 months away, they have something in context, in workflow coming up on the screen, and it basically says these are your next steps that you need to take if you're lost or you've got a challenge or you've got a problem. And that makes a world of difference, because the other scenario would be they would be asking and they would be trying to find an expert. If they can't find that expert, then what do? And it's lost cost, productivity and performance and everything else. So in particular, I'd say with the electronic performance support is the in-context part, meaning that you know who's looking at it, what role that person is, but also I think what the key attribute of performance support to get it right, it needs to be just enough information. What you don't want to have to give someone, or they have after a training session, is kind of complete, like a massive user guide or a massive manual. They have to look for the answer. It's typical of e-learning, where if you've got an e-learning negotiation session, for example, if you want to get one thing from that, you have to go through the whole e-learning session to get to where you need to get to. What I think is great about performance support, and I know some really great tools out there, is it's kind of a reference, right? I need to know how to objection handle. Rather than going through a whole e-learning course, you can actually click to the part you want to use, which is really good. And I think that it shouldn't be detailed. It shouldn't be loads of words on papers or manuals. It should be just enough information, or a bullet point or a flow of what that person needs to know while they're doing their job. I think that's really important.